Here we go. Hi everyone, and great to see you again. And welcome back to Winning the Game of Business Live. Today I want to talk about a line in a book that I'm rereading. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. Highly recommend it, by the way. And the line from the book is, the way we use our time is the way we live our life. The way we use our time is the way we live our life. Simple, right? But if you sit with that for a minute or two, it's actually quite confronting. And it's confronting because if that's true, then how we spend our hours, our days, our attention is literally how we live in our life. And that, for me, means that our calendar or our diary is often a truer reflection of our values than our words ever are. Now, most business owners, including yours truly, don't have a time problem. We have a self-management problem. We try and fill every gap in the diary with something that feels productive, but often it's not purposeful. So let me give you some examples of that. Now, we might say my team is my biggest asset, but then we cancel one-to-ones because we're too busy. We might say family first, but then we spend the evening glued to our phones, interacting with customers or answering emails, or we might say I'm going to work on the business, doing business owner work, and then spend all day working in the business doing employee work. And here's the thing. Every one of those moments is time leaking away from what matters or what really matters. Now, to help explain this a little bit better, I just want to share a model that changed how I look at this. So I need to share my screen 1 second. You may have seen this before. It's for me, it's a brilliant life-changing concept. It's called above and below the line. Now, there's a lot of depth to this model, but I'm going to keep it really simple for the purpose of this live. Now, the model shows that in life and business, we can't always choose what happens. There's lots of things that happen in our lives that we would sooner didn't happen. But what we can choose is how we respond to what happens. And when we slip below the line into what is known as victim thinking, woe is me, we have lots of blame, excuse, and denial. And it's known as victim thinking because if something happens that we'd sooner hadn't happened, it makes us feel bad. And the automatic way we have attempted to deal with that and make ourselves feel better is to blame someone or something else, make some excuses, or we'll just turn a blind eye to it and hope the problem magically goes away, which is denial. The thing is, when we come from a below the line mindset, we're giving away our agency to the problem. When we can't fix anything, and the circumstance has now been given control. Above the line is owner thinking, ownership, accountability, responsibility. We take charge of our own results. If it's to be, it's down to me. So we take ownership. We're on the bridge, we're setting the course, we're doing the sailing. We're accountable. Now, slap bang in the middle of that word is count. If we're not measuring it, we can't change it. And then we have responsible, response-able. We can choose our response to everything, good and not so good. So that's above the line. Now, what I'll do in a future live, I'll cover this concept in a lot more depth. There's way more to it than that. Now, your question might be, what's above the line got to do with time? And it's a great question. Now, for me, the way we're using our time is a great indicator as to where we're operating from. And when we're operating from a below the line mindset, that can sound like I just don't have time, or my inbox controls my day, or maybe my go-to one from days gone by. I'll get to it when things calm down. Whereas above the line sounds more like if it matters, I'll make time, or I control my calendar or my diary, or my priorities drive my schedule not other people's noise. Now, can you see the difference? A below the line mindset leaks time. An above the line mindset creates it. So here's a challenge. And this might sound a bit confronting. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Because every time you and I lie to ourselves, we erode trust in ourselves. And it slows us down. It's one of the underlying factors in why we procrastinate. So tell the truth. And when you say, I don't have time, what you're really saying is, it's not my priority right now. It's not my priority right now. And that little reframe might sting a little bit because it's honest, but you might notice that you feel a lot more congruent. We just change the slide. Another model that ties beautifully into the line is the way we use our time, the way we use our is the way we live our life, and that is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, another old book that I highly recommend. And in that book, Jeff says success and failure aren't the results of big events; they're built from small, almost invisible decisions that are repeated over time. Things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. It's easy to take 10 minutes in the morning to plan your day. It's just as easy not to. It's easy to take a short walk at lunchtime. It's just as easy not to. It's easy to get aligned with your goals twice a day. It's just as easy not to. And each small choice either compounds towards the life we want or drifts us away from it. Everything we do in life has a direction, and it either moves us closer to our goals or further away from them. And the first place that shows up is in how you use your time. So let me give you a quick example from my own past. Back in the day when I was running restaurants, I used to think I was the hardest working guy in the room. 16-hour days, constant motion, no time for anything. What a hero. What a hero. Yeah, I told myself I was leading from the front, but looking back, I wasn't leading. I was firefighting. My diary was full, but my impact was really low. And when I finally started focusing on higher value activities for which you don't get an instant payoff, so things like planning, leading, developing my people, then everything shifted. And what I found was there was less chaos, more clarity, and better still, I was working fewer hours and achieving much better results in my business. And that all led to a much calmer version of me. So let me throw you a few questions here, and feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. Where in your life or your business are you spending time below the line? Where are you blaming, excusing, or denying? And what's one small shift or one small slight edge habit that you could start this week that aligns your time with your real priorities? Let me just open up the screen again. I need to be an octopus, hands everywhere. Actually, another question I can ask you is, if I shadowed you for a week, what would your diary say you value most? Does that value what you want to, or does that match what you want to value? Now, here's the truth. Time is life. And every minute is a building block of who we're becoming. And we don't need to find more of it. We just need to use what we already have with more intention, because the way you use your time is the way you live your life. And once we really understand that, every moment becomes an opportunity to live life by design and not by default. So my challenge to you this week is simple. Take back ownership of your time. Live above the line and let every small choice move you closer to the life you actually want, not the one that's happening to you. So thanks for joining me, and I'd love to hear in the comments what's resonated most with you, or what one small shift you're going to make after this live. And in the next live, we're going to stick with that slight edge principle and look at how small compounded actions create big results. It's going to be a good one, so you won't want to miss it. It's going to be the same time, same place, 3:30 p.m. UK time. And in the meantime, make sure you keep winning this great game of business.